Greetings folks, Dunman here, and today we are going to be taking a look at the Abyssal Chasm from Alex's Caves. The Abyssal Chasm is a unique biome in that it only spawns under oceans. It appears as a massive trench, and it's so deep down that barely any light gets there. The stone variant for this biome is going to be Abyssamarine, and the floor of the Abyssal Chasm is filled with a thick layer of muck. There it is, muck. The feature I was waiting for the most in this biome, the old muck floor, the thick layers of muck. But in the muck, there's a bunch of stuff that lives down there. Life truly does find a way. Stuff like mussels, sea anemones, and ping pong sponges are just down there. Also be a bunch of tuff down there with ores in it. Also hydrothermal vents emanating black smoke, which does not sound fun. And colonies of tube worms who feed off of that stuff, which sounds even less fun. Tube worms, god damn. You can also find skeletons of giant whales that have died a long time ago. And bone worms are one of the scavengers that'll appear. Bone worm? Why is everything like a worm? This biome sucks. I mean, it has cool stuff later, but I mean, it sucks for me. Like, personally, I hate worms and centipedes, and you know this if you've been watching me for a while. There are also abandoned research stations and old ruins that you can find left there by people who clearly weren't wise. Okay, let's talk about the resources. On open surfaces, you will find mussels growing, and they can spawn anywhere, they can multiply, and the blocks that they grow best on are logs. You can cook and eat these guys, and sometimes there's a chance that they will drop a pearl. Using the pearl, you can make an abyssal altar, and an abyssal altar will be important later to talk to fish people. Now, when you're out there collecting muck, because as we know, it's the national pastime, it is the international pastime, we all love it, you may find some sea glass shards, which can be crafted into either glass or depth glass, which can be used to see underwater if you place it next to it. Mob time! The first mob that we have is the lanternfish. The lanternfish are bioluminescent tiny little guys. They spawn in massive shoals, and they have a pretty cool mechanic which helps you find the biome faster. What they do is at nighttime, they all come up to the surface and just hang around. And when it turns day, they go back down again. So at night, if you're looking at the ocean and you see like these little lights on the surface, you can tell that there's an abyssal chasm down there. You can also eat them. That is also something you can do. The sea pig is a gelatinous little nasty little sea slug who likes to live in the muck. That was way too rude for no reason. They're cute, they're adorable. You can eat them. That's a sentence right there. But no, the most important thing that they can do is eat muck. That's right. And in return, they can give you a variety of different items. Sea glass, pearls, and even marine snow. Okay, the last two are cute. This next one is a goddamn nightmare. The hullbreaker is a disgusting massive fish that likes to hunt in the darkness. It is huge. It is like 15 blocks long. Basically, the thing that attracts this thing is light. It will attack any glowing entities and bite them or just ram into them, thus giving it its name. They are inquisitive creatures though. Before they destroy you, they will kind of like circle you, look at you, just basically try and find out what you're all about. If you kill one, best of luck first of all, it will start to drop everything that it has eaten. It will have insects, it will have parts of submarines, such as the enigmatic engine. Okay, spoilers, there's gonna be a submarine. If you are in the submarine, and the submarine tells you that there's a hull breaker nearby, immediately turn off all the lights, because otherwise you're gonna get hull broken. Okay, you don't want that. The next is the Gosmar worm, another worm, goddammit. These guys are polychite worms, don't Google it. They hang around in the Abyssal Chasm, and they are the favorite snack of our old friend the Hullbreaker. You can bucket these guys up, and you can take them out, and in return they will give you bioluminescence, which is what makes them glow. Okay, this next one might be the chillest creature in the entire mod. The tripod fish. Just chills. You know, it swims around, it hangs out on 3 legs. It just doesn't care. It's the coolest creature. You can eat them, but why would you ever? They're the best. Don't bother you, don't harass you. It's just they just chill, look at them. Okay, time to talk about fish people. The deep ones are fish people. They are mysterious, they hang out in the Abyssal Chasm, and when you first get down there, they're gonna be quite scared of you. They're just gonna stalk you and kind of follow you, run away if you get too close. And there's 3 types of them. If you corner one of these guys, they will do an ink thing and they'll run away. But if you attack them, all of Deep One society will hate you, okay? And if you keep troubling them, eventually they'll just become right out hostile. Instead, what you can do is you can get a pearl and throw that pearl onto an abyssal altar, and this will initiate trade. And if you're trading with them, they kind of become your friends, and eventually your friendship will grow to when if you start fighting something, they will fight that thing too. One of the things that the Deep Ones can give you is the Gazing Pearl. Keep that in mind for later. As I said, there's 3 types of Deep Ones. The first variety is just the normal with their like transparent heads. The second one is the Deep One Mage. Now, as the name implies, these guys are pretty magical in nature. First thing that you'll notice about them is, the first thing that you'll notice about them is that it's a big blue octopus. The second thing that you'll notice about them is that they have water powers. They can summon waves, they can summon bolts of water, they can create bubbles of water around them to come out of the water to do stuff. They can basically control water. They have the heart of the sea in their heads. Now these guys can trade some pretty cool stuff, including bottles of enchanting, nautilus shells, and also something cool called the Sea Staff. The third species of Deep Ones are the Deep One Knights. Now these guys are bulky, they're big, they're buff. All of their trades revolve around fighting. They trade tridents, armor, and even a special type of trident called the Orthorolance. That's how it's like bold in the book. And they can trade that too. But the most special that they trade, the most special thing that they trade is the magic conch. Mine guardians are kind of like a mixture of guardians and creepers. They just kind of stay dormant wherever they are in the biome, and once in a while they'll open their eyes and they'll look for you, and if they see you, they'll float up to where you are and go kaboomy. If you manage to take one of these things down before they do that, you can grab a depth charge, which is a little bomb that you can throw around. And these explosions will break blocks underwater, so yeah, pretty nifty if you're trying to cause some underwater destruction, I guess. Alright nerds, time to talk about some utilities. First thing, as you can see, some of the nasty fishes that you'd never touch in your lives, if you put them together in a certain way, you can turn them into delicious deep sea sushi. Marine snow that the sea pigs produce is kind of cool. It can bring dead coral back to life. It can also grow sponges. So yeah, handy. The bioluminescence is extremely useful. It can be crafted to do 2 things. First of all, you can chug it in a potion and chug it in your body and you can glow, if that's something you want to do. Or you can craft a floater, a device that will just like zoom you up to the surface, because let's be honest, why would anyone want to be in the Abyssal Chasm anyways? There's a third feature, you can also turn the bioluminescence into torches. Underwater torches. Why? Again, why would you want to be here? Now the armor set for this biome is acquired in a very special way. It's by punching. If you find a drowned that's wearing a piece of the diving suit, you punch it and you take the armor. Also, it can be found in chests and ruins. You just kind of just rob the armor off of whatever you can rob it from, basically. But the suit is pretty cool. The helmet allows you to breathe for an extra 40 seconds. The chestplate grants you toughness. The pants make you go faster, and the boots make you walk faster on muck. Okay, here is a real reason to go down to the Abyssal Chasm. In the ruins, you can sometimes find damaged submarines. These can be repaired using copper nuggets, and all the oxidation can be scraped off with an axe. And then you have a friggin' submarine that you can just drive around. They have giant like floodlights that help you see better. Turn those off if the hull breaker shows up, but yeah, you have them for traveling other parts of the sea. You can also craft these things from scratch. To do that, you'll need some copper blocks, an enigmatic engine, and a few depth glass blocks, which all of that is crafted just like you can see on the screen. You can also craft something called the drain block, which, as long as there's some water above it and some empty space below it, Once activated, it will drain all the water from above to below. The deep ones can give you ink bombs and glow ink bombs. The ink bombs can be used to blind your opponents. The glow ink bombs can be used to get the Hullbreaker's attention. Again, I don't know why, but you can do that. The Gazing Pearl is gazing at other people's opinions of you, because it changes colors based on what the fish people think about you. The Orthora Lance can be used to perform powerful charging attacks that are pretty cool. The Magic Conch can be used to summon the deep ones to fight with you, making it one of the most epic items in the entire mod. I mean, come on, how sick is this? You just blow on that thing and like a bunch of Lovecraftian dudes show up to perform acts of punching against whoever you want punched. The Sea Staff turns you into a goddamn wizard. You can use it to summon bolts of water that will kind of hone in on your targets a little bit. So yeah guys, that has been the Abyssal Chasm. The next video will be up next year. I'm just kidding. I try to get him out. It just I got so much stuff to do, man. I wish my whole life was just this channel, honestly, but it's not, okay? But there is cool stuff coming, okay? Don't you worry. We are closing in on that big 10,000 like faster than I thought we would, though. It's going great. It is fantastic. We'll hit 10,000. Live streams coming. I say that every video now, but it is. I'm just throwing together like some mods that'll work together. Again, I'll be saying this in like every video till I guess the next one will be the last tutorial video, right? So yeah, before that one comes out, the Forlorn Hallows, I want you guys to comment down below any mod that you want me to use in that like streaming survival world. Because Alex's Mobs, Alex's Caves is already going to be in there. So it has to be like 1.20.1 plus Forge. Those are the requirements for the mod. And it's, don't make me add like some goddamn mod which is like a parasite is taking over the world. Those just completely change the vibes of the world. You know, add something nice. Add something with like bosses or like mobs. Whatever. Tell me what you want, okay? On that note, guys, I hope you liked, I hope you've commented, and I hope you have subscribed. And for now, a goodbye.